Hello and welcome back to Rollercoaster Tycoon, where I just get a phone call. Like, what? Just give me a moment. Right, now where were we? I don't think I've done much. Yeah, so talking about preparation and all, huh? Anyway, I believe I was just glorifying myself over our last creation, the fever from the sewer. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, with this right in here, there, and with an unfinished building, I just now see two of them. In fact, we have at least some work to do. But I also want to add another guest to the park, maybe even two. Let's add Robin Scholund. There, with the special signs even on his name. I can do special characters, me. And then we will also add, okay, you in the blue, you are new. We will add you. You're a bit tired, but once you're inside, you are gonna be revitalized, like straight away. We'll add Bijskarf. And then 56 game Eurobucks, and there you go. And both of you have your infos on, so very good. So yeah, we have the two guests in the park, but this is what we built last time, and this is just good. Look, 6.83 took a bit of time, but well, we are only building roller coasters pretty much in this park. And speaking about that, we have kind of filled up this area of the city. If we disable the scenery here, heck, we might as well even do it like this. So we disable everything. We can just take a look at our infrastructure. This over here is where we have all our stuff, and inside, well, there's actually a little bit of room here. I say that, but yeah, there isn't much room here. So this might seem open, but that's because there's buildings. So what I'm trying to say is, we are actually ready for some path expansion. And this was the area I had in mind for like the next bit that we're gonna construct our new roller coasters. Which I think we should definitely get one over here. Around this area, maybe a little bit in the water area too. But before we get to that, let us just quickly get the path prepped. Now, this seems about right, At first I thought to remove one of these sections, but we're gonna leave the infrastructure pretty much intact. So, it's gonna stay like this. But what we do need to do to avoid getting pathing issues is we want to connect this, and we can see it better now. We want to connect this to over here, because if we don't, then we're really gonna get pathing issues. Now what we do need to do is get, yeah, it's definitely something that we need to do. So, just a moment, guys. Just bear with me here whilst I fix the buildings that I should have fixed a while ago. There. And then basically right now, if we get like, yeah, we only need to go to height 15. And this building is higher, but we don't need the other ones to go that high. Right. Up there. I mean, to be fair, I think that this is one of the better looking parks that we've made. With doing all the scenery, it might be a bit boring, we might not accomplish much. But really going all the way, it seems good to me. Yeah, I don't regret adding the roller coaster only challenge to ourselves, if I'm honest. Then 15 here too. I mean, it does make for an interesting park design, And basically the empty parts we basically fill up with scenery. which is good in the case of this town that we're kind of creating from scratch, basically. Let's do it like this, with like a few of these. And then we'll do roofing again here too. And then we'll mirror this on the other side. Because else we'll be looking against brick walls. We can't have that. It's a shame you can't really color the sides of, you know, the vertical faces of like our terrain. You need to do all 4 of them. But oh well, it is what it is. It's an older game. Now, let us just connect up the path and then do all the facilities and whatnot. Because I think if we do the other way around, we're gonna have to be building like massive amounts of stuff, and I think it's better this way. So we can go like this. Now, do we want to go like really down to the... I don't feel like we should. We'll go around. Okay, apparently there's... That was a tree there. It's a sneaky one, a hidden tree, but a tree nonetheless. I mean, we'll remove them as we see fit, of course, but... Perfect. Okay, so far so good. And then, you know what? Finally, you know, some peace to my eyes. Yeah, and then this is basically, right now, what we need is massive amounts of benches and everything. Because right now, the heat is on. That's all I can say. The heat is on. Now, these dead ends that we have here, you know, I mean, I'm even placing benches on them, but we will cut these off with no entry signs. Well, that will happen. Also, what's gonna happen is we're gonna need like a tremendous amount of staff to keep this area clean. So prepare for a hiring spree in like no time. And I also believe that we will have to close off this square over there, or get some attractions there. That might be the other option. You know, I don't think that is such a bad idea. No, don't do that. You know, we actually do want one handy dude for the central square over here. With this area, and then we'll have one more handy dude for like that area over there, which is like the other square. And basically, for you to keep stuff clean, you need this area in your route. And we're gonna close this off for guests for the time being. So let's get like a no entry sign there, and done. Nice. Let's see here. I had the staff thingy selected, right? Right? Yeah. And let's get like one last handy dude for over here, which will be you, handy dude 12. Wait, that's not really surfacing anything. So you need that area all the way there. It seems worse than it is, but it definitely means an extra mechanic. I don't think we'll need an extra guard, but what we now do need, and that's pretty much a fact, is we want facilities. We're gonna need a whole lot of them. Right. I need toilets, at least in this central bit. Yeah, that's one place where we need them. I also know that we're gonna need an entry sign there. That's closed off already, the same as that. So basically, right now we don't really have any true dead ends in our pathing. Just, like, it's a bit, well, laid out, unfortunate. But that's about it. So, now as for like the shops and stalls, yeah, we definitely need something. I mean, this is like the last bit that we have. It's over here. So let's get something like over here, you know, on this side of the water. We can't not do that, basically. So, there. You need to be there. And now what we want is more drinks and whatnot. Also, how is the... still researching roller coasters? I mean, oh well, you know, not gonna complain. I mean, if they're researching still, you know, I'll be getting more rides, so... It'd be crazy to say something negative about that, right? And then we'll also do you. And then over here we need like another set of stuff. Very nice. And then I also want like a info kiosk here, and you are gonna have the bluish color there, yeah. And then we also want like a lemonade thingy, because we want to mix stuff up here, right? So there, have it all be, and it's also all on this side. Very interesting. Then I believe we had another section there. Yeah. So let's do mix this up a little. Not that we really need to, but it's nice to mix a few things up. And then we'll do the food on the other side. I don't know if that's clever. We might be, you know, kind of be counter-effective with mixing up the sides here. But, yeah, well, you know, if that's the case, then so be it. Right, I do think that we have at least our facilities covered. We have our staff covered. All you really need to do is get ourselves like a coaster. Or maybe what we should do is also get like a ride over here. I mean, what if we build like one of these gentle rides and connect that up over there? We do have a few that we can build, like the Haunting Mansion. We can also get like a... I don't think we even have like a car ride, do we now? No, we have the go-karts, right? But we don't have a car ride. But I do want like the Haunting Mansion. Because in the end, that's... how did we get from Haunting Mansion to Ghost Train? Please do explain. I would love for this thing to be built somewhere that... Oh, this seems to be quite doable. I mean, basically, what I'm thinking of is... I mean, I want to see how we can connect this, like, with a decent-ish queue size. The only way I can think of is going, like, straight through here. Which should be doable. Let's do the queue first. Maybe that's a clever thing. Do, like, an entrance. And just, I mean, oh. Well, that's not the intention what we just did there. I think you all know what what happened. I have removed a building, but yeah, that's the way how we want it. Now, obviously, we have to place this back. Did you hear that, guys? Did you hear that? Oh, that's great. I love it. I love it. Now, let's see. If we do go with like the 5-buck route here, then this is all she needs. And we shall call this Old Town. I mean, it does look kind of dated compared to our other rides. For the rest, it seems okay. I also think we could do with like maybe like a thrill ride, just so that we can see like where we can put stuff and where our current queues are. Like, there's like this void of rides over here, and I think it would not be such a bad idea to get like one of these motion boxes, you know, another one over here. Though, maybe it would be better to get one of those and then put the motion box further out, so, yeah. I mean, this is really gonna be like one of those parks, you know, where you'll be like, damage, what on earth were you thinking? Right. Because that's what I am thinking to myself right now. Like, damage, what on earth are you thinking? No, at least for the... Yeah, just let's relocate this. Also, you can be closed. Let's relocate this to over here. Is this gonna help anything? Presumably not. Unless we go like all the way. We can go through this, but that serves no purpose really, so. How is it? Oh, there's a tree there. Okay, that is normally in any other situation, this would be way too long. But let's tune it down to 12. And that should make this ride a little bit more bearable for queue times and whatnot. So, in theory, this should work. Well, that's a theory at least. Now, why don't we call this Craster's Playground? Oh, that was one return too many. Yeah, no, this seems good. We do want to color this, of course. I don't want it in the current colors that we have. Why don't we go with that? That? It's a bit contrasting. I kind of like that. Yeah, that's good. Right, okay, so with all the guests in the park, we now want a coaster and we want it over here. This is like a nice area for like a coaster, but what coaster can we build here? Well, we have plenty of coasters to choose from and now also the money to actually build them proper. But here's the thing, we don't need to build big coasters in order for us to get like the proper ratings. Wow, look, we even got like... And it's over for the roller coaster. So once we have this, it should be in like a few days. I'm gonna maybe do like shops and stalls. I think that we can do that next. But wow, now this is gonna be cool. I kind of want this in the park too, you know. And it's gonna be so easy to get this with the right ratings. Shall we do this? And also do this like underground. So we have the station on water level. Yeah. I feel like that would be an excellent idea. Oh! Wait, what? Classes Playground? I thought I had connected you. Okay, it's not like the guests can go anywhere. But then that's again the problem, right? Okay, yeah, no, I guess that was not a good showing. Right, also, yeah, well, we'll leave it as is. If the vomit turns out to be too great, then we'll have to do something. But anyway, yeah, I think we're gonna do like the flying. Well, maybe not yet. Maybe that's a little bit too expensive for us. So, but I definitely want something cool. It needs to go into a lot of underground, and I also don't want it to look too ugly in a city, which wooden supports kinda are, but we were forced to use them. So maybe this steel coaster is like the right next choice for us. And if we do that, then we don't really need the station to be in the underground. So what we can do is a station over here. Now, how many tiles? I don't want the back where it's facing. But 7 and 6. It's either 2 times 8 or 3 times 6. This is like the most that we can have. Can we still do that right now? Yeah. 3 times 6. 2 times. Okay, so this coaster needs its really long station. That's for sure. We also need this many benches here. That's also for sure. And this is gonna require like a fixed mechanic and all that jazz, you know. But we'll get that. Also, are we gonna go through someone's garden over here? I feel like we might, you know. Yeah, let's do that. So here's what we're gonna do for like a queue. We'll go down and then to this side. That. Yeah, and then basically this will be like another pathway also to... Come on, game, seriously. But we will put like another house in between here. So let's do that first, you know, before we continue with the old other coast. And this was like our suburbia place, right? So we need like one of these houses over here. With its place like that. Yeah. And then basically it is rather easy. We're gonna have stuff there. And then with fences, and then we're done. I mean, like I said when I was doing the other places over here, we can always do like nice gardens and whatnot, you know, later on. But for now, I just want to have like the outlines there. That'd be it. Alright, looking good, definitely. Okay then, now it's time to actually build this coaster. And I don't mind if this is like relatively high. And I also don't mind if it goes a little bit over there. I mean, this is like number 5, right? So why don't we see that we go to, I don't know, somewhere like this? And say, regular. Alright, photo section. Curve. Do helix down, large. Helix down, small. Helix down, large. Now, I believe right over here is like water level that we're at right now. This needs to go into the underground. I mean, that's a given. And we're also going to place fountains in between here, so... And currently, the pace will be tremendous. So, you know, those are just things to consider for this coaster. This. Basically, the moment we go down there, we're in the underground. Now, I'm not entirely sure, but would we be able to do an underground loop like this? I mean, the height is 10. Nope. Nope. That's not gonna happen. So an underground loop is a no-go over there. Kinda do want a loop, you know? What if we resurface over here and just do a loop? Oh, that would be really cool. Wait. Is that even doable like this? Well, it would need to be like a tight curve. Now, like this? No, because we would need to raise or lower the land. But I believe that to be possible, so long as we do that. So, just out of curiosity, I mean, I guess you guys know by now what's gonna happen with this. Wait, what? Oh man, I'm closing all the wrong buttons. Look, see? This is cool, right? I believe this to be cool. And then back into the underground. Now, what is the height again on the coaster? It doesn't say. But I just assume that it will be quick enough. And if it's not, we'll add boosters on this straight section here. So that's, that's one thing. Now, another thing is that I want this coaster to also resurface, like maybe somewhere over here. And then what we can do probably is resurface from this building. And then do like a curve through here. Now I want to pass through a few buildings. And then make our way back. Preferably going below this area over there. So we have a bit of a special place to be at, basically. That's the gist of it. So now, in theory, why is that not working? It's not working at all, is it? Where are we even? Oh yeah. Can I? Aha. Okay. Interesting. I believe that should be possible though. And then let's see. However, that's kind of like way too low. That is. And then that is kind of what we need. But then we are gonna hit. I think we need like a lift over here for sure. Else the whole coaster will not pull itself together. But this isn't really what I had in mind. We'll have to see what we can do here. I mean, obviously we can do this, which would lead me to where I want to be. But it's kind of meh. I don't like this. This needs a little bit of work. I mean, what if we were to say? You know, that isn't helping either now, is it? And can we do it over here? No, because of roofing issues, right? Yeah. That's the roof, so we can't do anything over there. Right, change of plans then. What is the terrain height? Oh, that's low. Goes down all the way to height 3. That goes. Alright. It does line us up pretty much perfect now. And then just to be sure, we'll lift it. Raise or lower the terrain, huh? Let's just add this as like a building. Yeah. Now all of a sudden this looks to be like an integral part of the whole structure, which I think is cool. However, we are in need of the lifting trick. But oh, then we hit the building. So we basically the gist of it is do the lifting trick one section earlier, and then you're good. Yeah, this is how I want it. And then basically we go to height 16. And then okay. Well, maybe that was a little bit too crazy, but there's footpath in the way. Oh yeah, this is exactly what we need. Oh yeah. This is where we want to be. Wait, that's not gonna happen. What's in the way? Ah, the gas station. Right, the gas station. I could have known this. Yeah, but that's not good. Let's do like a tight curve here. And then another one. Kinda need to be like on this line of tiles here, which seems to be pretty much impossible. Unless what we do is easy and it's just an S-bend. Sometimes you don't need to make it complicated. How about just the curve? Now that does say gas station. Okay. Can I do like 2 S-bends then? No, that's still not in the right place. And then, right now, it would need to be something like this, but that's not gonna happen because the roller coaster is in the way. But in theory, in here, I can do another S-bend. So long as I say, hello there, building, and I give you these roofs and just extend it like that. Wow, this is a kind of I like this. I honestly do like this. Just building like this, you know, you can make you can terraform the terrain to however you need it and still have it look good. That to me is like win-win. Now, this loop over here, we'll see if we go through with that, or through that with a track, or maybe even do like a path through. I don't know, probably be like a track of another coaster. And then, just to be sure, we'll lift it. Basically, we'll have to get down. How exactly were we gonna do this? Because this is a bit of a specialist track here. I mean, geez, man. What did I even think when I was building stuff over here? Like, let's make it as difficult as it can be to get back towards the station. Wait, it's just a tree, it's not a terrain? Nice. Oh, what's next? Oh, it's a fountain. Yeah, I guess we'll have to remove the fountain. I mean, it's not like the coaster needs it or anything. Oh, but we're not there in terms of height. I know where we can get that one height piece. Look, this is where we can get the one height piece. And do the S-bend, and this returns us to the station. Nice! Pretty solid, pretty solid. Now, I'm pretty sure that this coaster with a loop and all it's going through the city tracks will be good in the ratings. I kind of like the coasters that we're building here. They have quite a bit of undergroundiness and integrate into the scenery-ness, you know? I think it's good. Really like it. Let's also, because I said we would do fountains, I want to do fountains, I can't do them in the innards here, therefore we shall do them there. Now this isn't really high above the water, so it's only useful at the lower tracks. Oh, wait. I guess I said something about a booster. Well, that is what we need. We want this to be boosted. Now, I don't know how quick it was going over there, but let's just say that for the booster... yeah, let's say that for the booster we want it to be at least 86 or something. I don't know, we'll have to see how it goes right now. It's a bit unexpected. Coming from like height 24, you'd think that that would be enough. Oh well, in any case, even though the guest might now think that it's not safe, we shall get this sorted, you know. So first of all, let's start with like a fix mechanic. Can I set you to that area, please? Thank you. Then we need a handy dude. Because you shall deal with loads. And absolute loads and loads of vomit. That is not a threat, that is a promise. It does make it through, but I kind of forgot to check how quick it goes through there. Seems pretty alright to me. How are the G's? Okay, don't be afraid now. Don't be afraid. Oh, that's not that bad actually. It's 3.5 or something. How is these G's? Also not looking too bad. Look at that. It's not grand, but that's not really the aim for this park, to make grand coasters, you know? I want this park to look good in its own style. And I think it does. I think it really does, you know. And once, by the way, once we add a track through here, you believe me, these ratings will go up. So, very good. We have a roller coaster here. Now, what is it, what the guests are thinking? Come on. It isn't safe. Yeah. I was afraid that would happen also. But then gentle. I mean, it is testing, you know, and it is safe, but the guests don't want to go on it yet. Fine then, you know, have it your way. Yeah, that will pass over time, you know, so... Maybe right at the start it won't make that much profit, but... We'll see, you know, we'll see how it develops. I also need to just, you know, kind of force a habit. Look at trash cans. Why are the trash cans a problem now and not the benches? This is odd. It's also not like we don't have enough trash cans, that all of them are full. I mean, there's plenty to go around in the park, so that can't be the issue either. I don't get it. I don't get it. Oh, hold on a second. Apparently, you, the great Indianapolis, need your pricing. We'll adjust the pricing. Okay, now it's time to get back to what is truly important, and that is naming this and coloring the ride. And why don't we call this the Terror Dam? No. We shall call this Damageburg. Because there is always a berg somewhere, right? At least I know in my country, and therefore also in South Africa. Yeah, the Damageburg. Pretty good, pretty good. As for the coloring, the park with the best, but nice. We get awards, guys. I love it. So, as for the coloring, that was what we were doing. I want this to look fancy, you know? It needs to stand out. And like white, orange, red supports, something like that. Blue, dark blue trains. Does it look fancy enough? Or should we go with, should we reverse this and then do something like that? This looks also really fancy. I don't even think we need like the supports like that. I think this matches our style better. Yeah, it does. Now, just out of curiosity, this was 6 point. No, that isn't affected much. Nor is that really, so. Right, okay, Damageburg then, huh? Well, guys, I guess we got ourselves another coaster. And with that, we are officially halfway through the park. All we need to do is get 5 more coaster types, and oh, by the way, we have all the coasters. So we got plenty to choose from. And we also got some shops and stalls to build. Just a quick peek. What did we get exactly? Oh, we got the chicken and the fries joined. No, we didn't have chicken. So we got chicken and fries, and that's it. Well, I guess we got something to build then for next time when we play more Rollercoaster Tycoon.